guys can join me in just welcoming the kids. They've been standing out there quiet. The scary part is that this is only like a small portion of what we actually had. I think we have like 40 or so here today, but over the course of the week, we reached over 80 kids, 80 different kids. And now a couple weeks ago, you might remember we were saying, this is our very first Vacation Bible Camp. This is, the children's ministry is fairly new here. And, we said if we could get 20, 25 kids, we would say that that was a success. And I remember the week before we were looking at it and we were like, man, we might actually hit 30. And then the night before we were here until, almost 12 o'clock, we were like, it looks like we're going to be 40. And then that next morning, the kids started coming and the bus arrived and we were like, we're going to hit 50. And so that first day on the Monday, we had, I believe it was 48 kids. And that was the lowest number that we hit. The next day we were almost 60 kids. We were like 58 or something. And then every other day we were in between that 50 and 60 mark for the kids. And so it was amazing. We had planned, like I said, for the 20 to 25. And so we were left scrambling, to say the least. We had leaders for 20 to 25 kids. We had food for 20 to 25. We had, crafts for that many kids. And all of a sudden we were more than double that. And but we pulled it off with the grace of God. We had so many people step up and just commit to really helping and pouring into the lives and the development of these kids. And it was just it was wonderful just to see the Lord work in that situation where we were overwhelmed, but we could tell that good thing was happening. And so right now we just want to start off today. We kind of made it look familiar so that they would be a little more comfortable. But we learned about Power Lab this week. And that was our theme. So we had it kind of like a lab, but we were learning about God's miraculous power. And so there was 5 different principles that we learned. And I'll see if I can remember them. If not, they might have to help me out. But we learned that on Monday, we learned that Jesus gives us the power to be thankful. So you know what they're doing over there. This is normal. After the Bible point was given every day, we got them involved, so whenever I would say the Bible point, they would give me a big as their way of responding. So we learned that Jesus gave us the power to be thankful. Then we learned that Jesus gives us the power to help others. And on that day, we put things into practice, and rather than doing a craft that was for ourselves, we made up some bags for the Kitchener Pregnancy Resource Center that we recently supported. And they said, every now and then we get moms come in and they bring in their younger kids who are 2, 3, 4 years old. And, these kids, they really have nothing, and it would be nice if we could give them something. So we said, we're going to take care of it. So on that day, the kids, they put together a craft with some candy and some Play-Doh and crayons, and they decorated the bags for these kids. And we learned that Jesus really does give us the power to help others, and we put it into practice. And then I believe Wednesday was probably one of their favorite days, one of the most interactive for sure. We learned that Jesus gives us the power to be brave. And that day we talked about Peter walking on the water and how brave he must have been to step out of the boat. And so to make it real for them, and you're going to see some pictures in a few minutes, we made a big thing of water with a magical solution. I can't tell you because then the kids will know that it wasn't real water. But we actually had them, walking on water, and all the kids got a chance to see what it was like to walk on water. And then that day as well, being brave, we had them make slime and different goo. And that turned out to be one of their favorite crafts. We had so many parents calling after saying, our kids just need to know how to make this stuff. They won't shut up about it. And so it was just great watching them have fun and learning how Jesus gives us the power to be brave. And then on Thursday was the big day. Thursday was the day that we learned that Jesus gives us the power to live forever. And we had well over a dozen of the kids make a decision that they do want to live forever and that they wanted to invite Jesus into their hearts that day. So we had just a great response to that. And then lastly on Friday, going from one spot to another, we learned that Jesus gives us the power to tell others about God. And so we talked about some of the scripture from the book of Acts where he empowered the disciples to go and tell others. And we left them with that challenge to take what they had learned this week and not to forget it, not just to put it on the shelf, but to go out and tell somebody what they had learned, to practice it, and to make it real in their life. So right now I'm just going to let you guys see a little glimpse of what Vacation Bible Camp was like. We have a slideshow that Lacey prepared, and it'll give you guys a